My name is Heather Johnson. I am a visual artist and a motorcyclist. I am very wrapped up in a now 6-year-long project called In Search of the Frightening and Beautiful that involves lots of motorcycle travel and stitching and meeting people and writing and everything else you can think of. All in the service of getting to know others and building bridges between people. Well, I moved around a lot. I was born in Wahiawa, Hawaii, and I was 4 months old when my family left there. We moved to Brazil and were there for 3 years. We moved to England, so the list goes on. We ended up in Houston in 1980. Because I didn't grow up here and because I was just a bit of a weirdo, you know, I just was very self-conscious and quiet. I felt very alienated by Houston as a young person. That said, I'm back for a reason. I love it here. In the 30 years that have passed since then, I've come to really love Houston in part because of the struggles that I went through as a kid here. You know, those struggles connect me to this place in a way that I'm not connected to any other place. So. As difficult as that was when I was young, I'm grateful for those experiences because they've made me who I am. Well, I've been riding for about 12 years now. I started riding motorcycles pretty late in life, and when I discovered that I could ride, my being a 100-pound, 5'3" woman, you know, I always assumed that wasn't an option for me, but I always kind of wanted to learn. And I found out that I could in fact ride. I learned to ride and it changed how I think about everything. I started making art about riding, you know, about the experience of moving through space in the unique way that comes from riding a motorcycle, you know, because you're one with the machine, you know, you slice through space, you know, it's almost like I would imagine flying to be, you know. And it's very empowering for somebody like me, for a woman to do that. And I just fell so deeply in love with the act of that, and with the motorcycle and the personality of the motorcycle and its strength and power, that, you know, all of the work that I made from that point on changed. And so I started fantasizing about doing long distance trips. And I didn't really know that I was gonna, you know, that it was gonna be an art thing. I just really wanted to take off across the country on a motorcycle really badly. I found the money. I crowdfunded the money that I needed to take off for 3 months. To do that, I just started thinking about, well, if I'm gonna crowdfund this money to take off on a motorcycle trip, you know, how is that going to be meaningful for other people? You know, what is that? What kind of art project would be interesting for others? You know, based on that kind of experience. So I started leaving bits of art in the landscape for other people to find. At first in sites that were interesting to me because I was very interested in how people use the land. You know, people's relationship with the landscape and how the landscape becomes, you know, a form of expression in its own right. So I would stop in all kinds of sites ranging from strip mines to large-scale earthworks projects and leave these embroideries in the landscape for people to find and keep. And that's how it started. And ever since then, I've been expanding on that idea in these different journeys, getting as far as, I've made it to Buenos Aires, Argentina. That's as far as I've gone. Well, moving forward, you know, I think that it's all about connecting people with one another and educating myself about how incredibly wonderful people are, you know, no matter how different they are from me. You know, I really believe that people are capable of relating to one another through their basic human experience, no matter what constructs or no matter what environments, you know, no matter what their identity is, you know, no matter what limitations or strengths or privileges, no matter what defines a person's physical reality. I do believe that, there are things that we have in common that have to do with something very, very, very basic, almost spiritual in nature. We can all relate to what it's like to trip and fall. We can all relate to what it's like to accomplish something. We can all relate to what it's like to lose something or someone, And, as I continue with this project, it becomes more and more about finding ways to shed light on those connections that we have with one another, especially now in this moment when, we're so very divided. In this country especially. That's what I've gotten from it, that's what I've learned, and that's what I want to carry forward, is that spirit.